You're going to want to practice this. You want to hang that from the ceiling?
I'm just gonna. Can I do this?
Do whatever you want.
Okay.
Okay.
It doesn't work.
This is more of a feel than a scene, so don't worry.
To the table.
Oh, it's very Christmassy, these tables. It's cute. Everyone put one thumb on the table. Don't put pressure, just put your thumb on the table.
That's fine.
Nick, hurry up, quick. Oh, sorry. It's for you, for me.
He should turn sideways.
Spread out, spread out, spread out.
Okay, so everyone sees their nail bed,
It's not gonna.
and you see the color.
Look at my nails. I'm doing it.
You see the color of your nail bed? Okay. So I want you to push down into the table until you see a tiny change in the color on the tip of your nail bed. Tip being that way.
Don't paint your nails.
I'm
guys.
working on
It's
very
bad news.
subtle.
Don't paint your nails.
Look at someone else's nails. There you go. If you have nail polish on, push down until there's a change in the person next to you's nail color.
What's wrong with your name?
It's just outfit.
Okay, do you guys see a change in the nail bed?
Really little.
There's your grade 1.
That's grade 1.
So you could see how when you guys were pushing the other week, how that might be too much.
Yeah.
So as soon as your nail bed changes color, that is grade 1. Well, I mean, I'm not doing the oscillations, but that's grade 1 of range.
Oh, that's really little.
So, if that's grade 1,
Just to the nail bed.
are you changing, do you think this is changing the joint?
No.
Nope, okay. So now what I want you to do is, this table has a hard bottom. So I want you to just push your, no, everybody's table does, but I want you just to push the table down until you feel like you can't really move the squishiness anymore. Maybe it's because you hit the hard thing. Maybe it's because the squishy thing just doesn't move like you want it to. All the squishy is taken up. So Sam, don't break the table.
Sorry.
Would that be a 5 then?
No. Well, him.
This
So when I push all the way down, I am not at the hard thing yet, but I can't with my finger push any further. This is as much as the slack of the puff is letting me do. That's a grade 4, or a end range. That's not a grade, sorry. That's just end range. So if that's my end range, that's 100%. Now I go back up, and now I see my nail bed change. That's a grade 1. So I know what 25% looks like. I know what 100 looks like. Now I need to cut it in half. So I'm gonna, if I knew what 100 was, now I'm gonna go down halfway. That's a grade 2.
Okay.
Now if I go down all the way, I'm at end range. I back up halfway only. I don't go up 100%. I go halfway off, just like I was. And then back down. Up halfway. Then back down. That's a grade 3. You see how we used end range to figure out where we start. Grade 1 is just mild change. Now that we know 0 to 100, we know 50 is just half the distance. That means grade 1s and 2s should not be affecting the capsule. You're just affecting the muscles on top. Now when we get to the end range, now it's a capsule. We don't back up. It's not 0, 100, 0, 100. Now, grade 4, oscillate down. Grade 3, come up halfway, down. Come up halfway, down. Come up halfway, down. You could practice that at home very easily, as long as you have a pillow.
And so that was 4. It wasn't 5. 4 was just
No,
when we
5
hit.
is, that's your end range.
Oh, okay, so you're pushing. You go. That's what that graph was showing. It goes a little bit past the 100.
that changing color?
So now, that's with your thumb. We don't mobilize with thumbs. So now you're just going to put your hands on the table. But you know what it looked like, or what it felt like, for 25% of the range. So just create a gentle indent in the table. Now you know what it feels to go all the way down, so go all the way down. Not your whole body. I hear way too much table. Once I can't really push that slack in the table, that's my end range. Because now instead of bones holding it together, this is the end of the ligament, or the capsule, sorry. So now if that's 100, that's 0. Now I'm just going to do gentle oscillations at the top, creating a tiny little indent. That's my grade 1. Now I'm gonna go halfway, back off slow, go halfway, back off slow, go halfway. That's a grade 2. Go all the way down to the end range. Back up just halfway, not 100. And down. Back up halfway. And down. That's a grade 3. Stay down there and just oscillate. That's a 4.
It's like CPR.
CPR is,
CPR is more
you need
intense.
100% recoil. I am not dying around you. Oh my god.
I'll take care of it.
Why is it not pumping? Why are you turning blue?
So here, when I'm on a patient and I want to get to a 3, I'm not gonna take them. Will I go all the way, find the caps, find the 4, and then like you just did, go out halfway, or will I go?
As long as they say no ouchie, then
Okay.
it's fine.
Because otherwise you'd start from above. You'd go 150 down or whatever, 75 and back up. You'd do it that way instead of like 100.
I start with putting my hands on someone, making sure they're okay with it.
Okay.
Then I push as down as much as I need to until they have a problem, which if you're in the right treatment plane, typically they don't.
Okay.
That's where it becomes you have to self-reflect on, ow, that hurts. Why does it hurt? Maybe you're too tense on their tendon. Maybe you should move your hand a little bit. Maybe you're pushing too hard. You know, that's why we try to teach soft hands. But now you know your grades, but now this isn't moving. This is the table's treatment plane. That's easy. But now the treatment plane, you're gonna take these same concepts, this, 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 and this, and now you have to apply it to a joint here and a joint here. And then you gotta push it this way, this way, that way. The back goes this way, that way. You see how the concept stays the same, but you need to know the angles of the joint so you can take these same exact concepts and just apply it to the appropriate joint in the appropriate angle at the appropriate force.
And this applies these. Yeah, we do the distraction and go into the.
Yeah,
grade
you can't really
always.
distract the table.
But that's like part perpendicularly.
Yes,
so
that's
you
where your
distract.
body mechanics come in with the twisting,
Right.
using your body, stuff like that. So that's why it's important. Now, you're highly anxious and you bring all your personal troubles into the workplace because you're students, I know how it goes. And so now, what normally you're really good at this, awesome. But now you just broke up with somebody, so now it's,
boy.
you'll learn that you need to be able to appreciate being able to feel, not hurt, but feel. That's why we have soft hands, is to feel the reactions underneath us, and so that we can go into the appropriate angles. And so if you ever catch yourself tensing up, like on your PCs when I have you relax your hands, it's because your patient would like you to relax your hands. But these grades do not change. Now, we started on the back because the back has, this much motion. So, okay, that's stiff, or oh, that's a little pliable. The shoulder has this much, that's way too much, has this much motion. So that's a lot more. So we get an appreciation for the feel, but at the shoulder, we also need a better appreciation for the angle that we're at. So you guys now have an appreciation. We're gonna practice these grades in the loose pack position, just to learn, yep, that's a grade 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we'll teach you how to put it through a different angle, doing it up here, doing it here, because you're gonna change your body position to do that. But this stays the same. Your grades stay the same throughout your whole career, unless Maitland changes it. But he hasn't, ever. Okay. So what you guys are gonna do is practice grade 1s and 4s on your partners for 10 minutes. No, on the shoulder, in the loose pack position. So you did the end range assessment. You're used to going from 0 to